right, what's up everybody? Me and Diley are here, going to be walking you guys through a full body type of day, how to build a full body day, the differences between that and upper lower, and a few other things. Just gonna shoot the shit a little bit.
Yeah, just started my full body split because it's more time efficient and it actually ends up probably being the most effective split you could possibly do. So it's win-win. So we're gonna put together a workout for you and show you what the heck to do.
Yep, and it could be 3 days a week.
Yeah, 3 days a week is what I'm focusing on right now, and it's been phenomenal.
And from an effectiveness standpoint, do you feel like that versus upper lower, do you feel like there's much of a difference there?
I don't really. I mean, technically yes, but if the way that I view it is if you had two people and they did the programs perfectly for 10 years, would one of them be farther ahead than the other one 10 years? Probably not, but in the short term, I think that it can be a little bit more effective.
Yeah,
technically speaking.
Yeah,
but yeah, the answer is yes, it can be more effective.
Awesome. So we're gonna start with some incline chest flies. We're thinking with the cuff or something like that. So let's see how it goes. So
the focus is going to be chest, triceps, biceps, and upper back. That's the main focus. Everything else is kind of in the maintenance category. So focusing on growing those muscles with a high priority in this program, and then moving on to a little bit more of a maintenance in the later half of the workout. Awesome. That's what we're doing, man.
So we're gonna start over there. I'll bring you guys over. All right, so one of the first things we're doing here for this full body day is going to be a unilateral incline cuffed fly for the chest. Davis is gonna be doing it with 2 hands. I'm gonna be doing it with 1 hand just for comfort purposes, but this is really cool because essentially what it allows you to do is to just take a lot of the other actin tissue out of your chest work. So you'll end up seeing a lot of people that they're doing presses where their triceps are always getting in the way. They have a bunch of other sort of things that are getting in the way, and that can be kind of a problem sometimes. So what I personally really like is to sometimes take that out of the equation. So I think I'm right around my working weight here. I'll probably start with my right side and just go from there. This is also a great way to bring up imbalances if you guys have imbalances. It's definitely a nice approach to think about. We got the cuffs here, and I'm actually grabbing a D handle for some sensation. So here we go. Let's give it a go.
Let's go, come on, man. There you go, good. There you go. Come on. There you go, good. Come on. There it is. Good job. Good. Come on. Good. That's good, right there. Perfect. Right there, Phil. Close. 1 rep shot, I'd say.
Guessed that pretty good. 5 reps, 1 to 0 RIR, so that felt pretty nice. And we'll let Davis hop in here while I rest. I do like to try to rest about 3 minutes between each side. It depends, but that's kind of my ballpark. What about you, Davis? What's your, doing something unilateral like that, how long do you normally rest? 3-ish?
Oh, in between each side?
Yeah.
Oh, usually I will rest just until, with something like that, I'm not as dogmatic about 3 minutes. I'll typically end up resting just long enough until I feel like my heart rate has come back down. And for me, oftentimes it's probably depending on the movement, a minute to a minute and a half usually. Sometimes if I'm doing leg extensions, I'll wait 2-ish right in there. But sometimes I just want to get the workout done with.
Right.
And I don't think it's worth slowing down the whole workout by 15 minutes if I want to get the hell out sooner,
Right.
So that's the way I usually will approach.
And again, that's another, that's another indicator of fatigue too. I mean, if you're camping out 15 minutes on a machine, that will, kind of gas you. So,
Well, I just mean if I'm doing a whole bunch of unilaterals in a day and it all ends up to 15 minutes total more in the workout, and I'm like, I kind of want to get out a little sooner today.
Yeah.
I might go the 30 if I'm doing a tricep extension unilaterally, I'll wait 30-45 seconds in between.
Right.
That's all, because look, if I'm using my weak side first and I get 6 reps, and then I go, or whatever, maybe I start with my strong side and I get 6 reps, and then I go to my weak side 30 seconds later and I still get 6 reps. It's like, I rested long enough, clearly. So I let the evidence of my performance tell me, did I rest long enough?
And certain things don't have a huge CNS demand anyway, tricep extensions,
Dude, no,
you can bang those out.
Yeah, exactly. And which actually is something that I like to do is, if possible, I'll do alternating, like lateral raises, I'll do alternating, bicep curls, I'll do alternating, so it kind of, the rest is sort of built in with it, at least to an extent, and there is gonna be more CNS, a bigger pulse with an alternating movement.
Yeah.
There will be, because you're focusing on one movement and one arm at a time.
Yeah.
All right,
Let's do it, let's see it. Yep. Good, good. Good, up, up, up. Up, 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 up. Up, up, up.
Damn,
beautiful. That was real work. That was real work.
I think I'm gonna do one more set actually.
Yeah.
Cause I gotta bring the chest up a bit. That's the one.
Are these even, this extra weight? Should I lift this? Oh, this side's slightly heavier with this.
Oh, well, no wonder that side felt heavier to me. Good God, look at that. Irresponsible on my part.
All right, glad I caught that.
What a bad host I am.
All right, here we go, incline fly. Next side.
Let's
Going for left side, we got 5 with 1 to 0 RIR. This side will probably try to get the same things. My chest should be even in strength. But again, there is a tiny bit of a CNS hit between sets, so we'll see.
Let's go. Come on now, there it is, good. Good job.
Oh.
Come on, there you go, good. Good. Good.
All right.
Good job, man.
I'll take it. That was cool. I'll probably do 1 set here because this is kind of like a novel stimuli for me. So if I'm ever doing like a novel thing, something I haven't done before, I like to lower the sets and volumes so that I'm not generating all that kind of novel muscle damage. But because Davis does this more frequently, I'll probably do a 2nd set each side. So pretty cool.
Oh, so we got a lot more of the options for programming in the app now. So we have set ranges. We have specific set targets, so we can go all the way 1 to 15, and we can do ranges as well. Also, they're going to be adding in the RIR.
Love that.
Yes.
Love that. That's awesome.
No other app has RIR like that.
Yeah.
I know of.
Getting people to train to RIR, like having like intelligent programming with RIR is a skill in itself because people a lot of times can't gauge it.
Yep, exactly. So
I'd say at certain times it's almost worse to have people that like are inexperienced train to RIR because they almost never end up training hard enough when they do that.
That's exactly right.
So
it does, that's one of the things though. You can sort of negate that for beginner programs. I feel like you can tell beginners just go to failure. Just go to failure as long as they're not losing form. That's the thing.
Because most beginners can't even.
They can't. Exactly. Really. I mean, they're not like me going to failure. And a beginner going to failure, 2 completely different events.
Yes.
2 completely different
events.
All right, let's see.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Did you lower it? 9?
I did. I lowered each. The right side I think is the same.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
This side I lowered by 2, so it should have 3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I didn't want to put the stickers on it because I wanted to keep it all blacked out.
Yeah. No, it looks cooler this way. It looks cooler this way.
Yeah. All right.
Here we go.
Put you on the game by the game.
What's your music? What's your normal poison?
I don't know, man. Whatever's just what I'm feeling.
Whatever you're feeling.
To me, today.
There we go.
Old school stuff.
Hell yeah.
In fact, this is old school now. This is the office.
Good. Good. Up. crazy.
When Mike Thurston came into town,
Oh, he probably looked crazy lean, right?
when he took his shirt off in here, he goes, the first thing he was like, the lighting is great. I'm like, oh, cool, man. Glad you like it, man.
He trains it crazy.
That was a really freaking good impression of him, too.
That's good, yeah.
Exactly like him.
You got him fat. He trains, I think, in Dubai, right?
Yeah, he lives in Dubai.
Some of those gyms over there are awesome.
Yeah, they are. I'm not done these.
You ever do the staggered? I like the staggered, like that stance. Yeah, that's kind of my go-to.
I just want to find the right. Here, now you have to move your arms up a bit more in this one. That's good.
Nice.
There, just like
Awesome.
that. Cool.
Good.
All right.
Pull it out. You know what's funny? For me, with triceps, I find that when I extend like out, almost like a real crossbody, it makes my elbow ache, like out here. But then when I tuck in a little bit, I get such a better like contraction, better rep, no pain.
Cool.
Crazy, yeah. It's such a small difference that I never even really would have considered a long time ago, but I do it now and it's like, wow,
that's
made
cool.
a hell of a difference. Yeah, so because my triceps really need to come up, I like to put them kind of near the beginning of my session. And you know, me and Davis were talking about this earlier, but basically, you know, if you're putting something at the very beginning of the workout, it really is getting the majority of your CNS output. Like your nervous system is really going to be what's, you know, sort of on all cylinders at the very beginning. So if you guys have something you're bringing up in like a full body split, putting like literally one good set at the beginning of the lift is going to be, you know, in that really good ballpark. Really could be just one set. So that felt nice. Try peg on 5. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's gonna be right around the working weight. You want to do like warm up, feel it out? Or?
Yeah.
I think that'll definitely be a warm up for you.
One of these days here, I'm gonna have to get the setup mastered with the actual bench. You can do them on an incline.
Oh yeah, that'd be sick too.
That setup.
I know Ryan Jewers has where he leans back and on the bench and then does the straight bar. That's really nice.
Phenomenal. They're phenomenal. That's kind of what I'm talking about, but you could even do it with these.
Yeah, that is really nice.
All right, so let's see. I think this will work. All right, let's see. Let's see. All right, I think this will be good. All right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Have you met my wife?
I have not.
Okay, yeah, Teresa will probably be here now.
Oh, awesome.
All right, let's see. I think I hear her car. All right. Before I go.
Here we go. What does this variation target? Cross long head. All 3 heads, really. Alright, there we go. Get me out of your way here. Hold on. There we go.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You moved it down 1 peg, right, from me? Awesome. That's crazy.
So nice.
That is so nice.
It's the motherfucking D.R.A. Dr. Dre, motherfucker. You know I'm rockin' with the D.O.W.G. Straight off the fucking streets of CBT. King of the beach, you ride to him in your fleet. Remember, keep the real rolling on dubs. How you feel? Whoop, nigga, what? Chronic down in the lag. Doc in the back, sippin' on Jack. Flip with the strap, dipping through the woods. Long Beach, Long Beach, in the wood. Get my drink on, and my smoke on, then go home with something to focus on. Focus on for the 2 coming real, it's the next episode.
There you go. Come on. Whew. Let's go. Come on. Good job. Push, push, push. Good job, Matt. Good work.
All right, I left about 1 in the tank there. I'll do my second side as well. And I'll try to leave 1 in the tank on certain things just because, it makes more sense if I'm gonna be hitting this frequently. I'll probably hit this again in 48 hours or whatnot. So I do like to try to leave 1 rep in the tank when I can. And I'll rest, another 10 to 30 seconds maybe on my other side. Again, is it technically better to rest a little longer maybe for the, the purpose of pure hypertrophy or whatever, but
Ruining your shot.
no, you're good. No, it's your shot. My shot's good. My shot back there. But yeah, I'll rest, 30 seconds sometimes if I am feeling it. Just depends. But we'll get our last set of triceps before we move into some back, I believe, right?
Yeah, upper back.
Yep. All right, let's get our triceps knocked out here. Okay. Oh. All right. Oh, 5.
There you go. Good. Good work.
Ooh, I got heavy fast. 25 pounds, pretty humbling, huh?
It's just surprising with how much it actually adds. It just shows you how little you actually have to put on there in order to get a good working weight.
Yeah. And did you want to start with upper back stuff? Wide grip running it?
Yeah,
Holy shit.
Yeah, I know.
You were not kidding.
No. It's pretty big.
Holy
pretty
shit.
big weight.
Oof. Damn.
25s, yeah, I know.
Damn.
That's what I'm saying.
That's insane. Arsenal. Good job on this, Arsenal.
They
Whoever
freaking
did
did a
this
good
at Arsenal,
job.
my God.
They really did.
You don't have clips for this, do you? Like for the sides? Would that be?
Yeah.
Don't go flopping around. I don't know if we have.
I've never had them fall off. Try that. You just gotta. You definitely do have to be a little careful though. Just toss this on.
Yep.
I like to go up nice and slow on
Work
this
it
one,
up.
just
Yeah.
Gauge it. Upper back is one of those movements that if I really don't feel out each set, my top sets I just don't perform as well.
Suffer a little bit.
I need to really turn the upper back on. I need to get my body firing before I'm actually able to get it going.
Absolutely. Yep. Awesome.
There we go.
Awesome. Cool.
All right.
I'll just fill that out as well.
Yeah.
Do you want me to
You can throw those on if you want.
First?
Yeah.
Do you want me to do my working set first? Yours first? Whatever you want.
No, whatever you want, man. If you're ready, just let me know.
Fill it out. See what we do. Try it out.
All right.
With the Versa grips here. I might make the pad a bit wider, or the handles a bit wider.
Okay, sounds good. Go for it.
Okay. All right. And here we go. Oh.
There you go. Good. Good. How's that feel?
Heavy.
Yeah, right? I know.
That feels heavy.
Yeah.
But it's good.
It is.
That's good. All right, yeah. We do whatever you want. We'll do 45.
Cool. Yeah.
If you had to say, what do you think is the most, when you're actually training with people, what's the hardest muscle group for them to pick up on? Is it back? Because I always felt like it was back.
What do you mean, form?
Like just form, like programming, technique, like.
I would say probably people always wonder like, oh, how do you target your lats? Like I can't feel my lats. I actually would say probably the hardest for people to get down is like a rear delt isolation.
Yeah.
Because even for me sometimes, dude, like that took me years to be able to figure out, to dissociate actual protraction and retraction from
the actual shoulder extension.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It took time.
There's a lot of times you turn a rear delt fly into a tricep movement too.
Yeah.
Another one,
You can certainly throw them bad boys in there.
As long as you do it when you don't want it to, you know what I mean? Where people do it and it's like, oh crap, I'm actually doing a tricep extension when I'm supposed to be doing a rear delt fly.
Yeah, but the thing is I think one of the biggest issues is people always go, well, I can't feel it. It's like, all right, you don't necessarily have to feel it as long as you get the motion.
Yeah, now you don't have to feel everything every second.
Yeah,
no, for sure.
No, but for me, that's typically what I notice.
Yeah.
What about you?
I find, for me, it was always hard getting a hinge down, like a really good hinge, where I always had bad flexibility in my hamstrings. So for me, the idea of like an SLDL where it's like, wait a minute, I have to come all the way down here and I can't really bend my knees, that was unfathomable to me. But then I started like an RDL kind of thing and then worked it up and then, okay, 225, 265, 300. It's like, okay, then it, kind of became a staple. But
that makes sense.
Yeah, for a while it was tough. I'd hurt my lower back. I'm like, what the hell am I doing wrong,
Yeah, I can imagine.
That's a hard one.
That is tough.
But it's funny, I have a guy I'm working with who's been training for like 8-9 months, and he SLDLs like 275 for reps. Really? He had virtually no training experience. Really? Dude, and his technique is awesome. I'm
that's
like,
actually really impressive.
Yeah, he has, incredible genetics. I'm like, dude.
That is phenomenal. Yeah, some people are just built well.
Built different, yeah.
For deadlifting.
They have good levers, good, leverages and things like that, yeah.
They did a good job with everything.
Yeah. All right, see it. Up. Good. Up. That's it. Do you ever fail and get stuck at the bottom?
Yeah, and I just dropped it. That's it.
Got to, so I'll probably take the 10 off.
Give me a time or two.
I'll take the 10 off.
Oh yeah, here.
I'll take the, the gym pin, that's another beast. Yep.
Right.
Oh, good throw. Yep. Oh,
sorry.
No, my bad. Try to focus on actual scapular retraction, and this should be pretty good. So here we go. Remember, we are not trying to bend our elbows too much. We don't want this to be a curl, just upper back. So here we go.
There you go. There you go.
Getting a little greedy once again, but that was probably 4 at 0 RIR, and I went for the 5th, but whatever.
Good work, man.
Pretty good. Were you thinking of doing 1 or 2 here?
I'm gonna do one more.
One more? How about do 1 more, 2? Yep, go.
That's it. Good job. Come on. There you go. Good job. Come on. That's it. Oh, so you like to use you actually like to use straps on this?
Yeah, it takes a little bit. My forearms kind of suck, so it takes a little bit of the forearm out of it, That's
good.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Here we go. Yep, go.
Five. That's it. There you go. Come on.
That's it. Yeah, the drop off on that's kind of crazy. Like you reach a point, it's just like gone.
See, for me, that's my old strongman strength, because this was something. This picking up logs, we were here all the time
Pushing it.
stones.
Yeah.
But this hammer hurl position, whenever we were walking with anything, we just built.
We're always in that, right?
Tremendous strength. here, like this.
Because your brachioradialis is crazy. It must be from
that's
that.
what it came from, dude. I never used to train it. You can see.
Yeah.
Right there.
No, it's insane.
That's what it came from, man.
Yeah.
It's all strong.
Yeah. No, it'll do it.
I think that was a good set.
That was good. You already did your other side, right? All right, so we're gonna move into some side delts here. Do you like to do this, like, you do this bilaterally usually, right?
Well, usually I'll start off single arm or a bilaterally, and then I'll go to unilateral. I typically like unilateral on this because the discrepancy between my performance on this exercise in particular, between bilateral and unilateral is probably more extreme than any other one that I've ever done. Yes.
Interesting.
Yes, I would say this and single leg extensions, it's nuts. The difference, yes. So on this and single leg extensions, I will almost always go unilateral. And plus, leg extensions, I don't like leg extensions with both legs at the same time.
Really?
They take it out of me more than I want.
It's so funny, I find the exact opposite experience.
Dude.
For me, unilateral is like exhausting.
Oh no, dude, unilateral, so I can be thinking about whatever and just push to failure, just push to absolute, snot failure.
That's amazing. I think I have the exact opposite experience.
That's funny.
That's so funny to me. Nice.
All right. Yeah.
It's interesting, I guess, and then when you're doing things unilaterally, obviously, you're gonna, create a little bit more muscle damage. So it's like, if side delts are a strong point, is that always worth doing?
I don't know.
Something to think about.
I don't know.
I feel like it's very context dependent.
I think it is. Now I will say, if I'm hammering side delts 3 days a week, I'll probably do unilateral once, maybe twice. But if I'm only training them like on an upper lower split, I'll almost always, since I only have 2 upper body days, I will almost always train them unilaterally later in the workout.
Right. Interestingly, with this machine, this feels very similar to sort of a hybrid between a cable and a dumbbell. It does look to be a little bit more short in position loaded, I would say, than like a cable normally. So if you're using a cable, there's going to be most tension at the bottom normally. Whereas with this, you do get more tension at the top because of the arc, but it does feel really nice and a little bit more stable than dumbbells, which I do enjoy. So here we go. We're gonna try the right side. I'm trying Davis's weight, so we'll see if I can do it here.
Let's go. Come on. Nice.
Yeah.
1, 2. Good.
You're gonna laugh. I think I actually got more. I think I'll actually throw on a little bit more weight than that.
Nice.
Actually.
There you go. Cool. I've only used it once, so
feeling good actually. Yeah, that would have been a pretty high. That would have been maybe like a 12 rep or
see, I've done
something.
I have done this one time and I did it. See, that's what I'm saying. Bilaterally, for me, I was able to get 8 to 10 with that other weight.
Interesting, but then
unilaterally, I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm capable of on here.
I'll be the test dummy.
You're the guinea pig. All right, come on, prove me wrong. There, that's a little better. Good. Good. 2, 3. Good. Come on. 4. Good.
Oh, 5-ish. The wrist is a little funky, but it was good.
Felt good?
Yeah.
All right, cool. You can do the other side?
No, I'm going to rest.
Right.
Yeah, it took a lot out of me.
All right, let's see.
So that's 25 and a 5, and then this other side is what? This is 15 plus 20, 2.5.
So I'm gonna actually do it like this. Nice. Yeah, see? Much easier for me.
Yeah. Up.
That's it.
Let's see. I got 5-ish on the first one. I didn't love it that much, so I'm gonna do 2.5 pounds less. So this will probably be a perfect 7 to 9 rep range.
All right, let's do it. Good. 1. Good. Good.
That was more like it. 7, that was perfect. All right, so me and Davis are gonna move on to some pull-ups. Probably just gonna do 1 set here. And like I was talking about earlier, this is something I talked about recently with TNF, I've talked about a lot of people, is that pull-ups really are a lot more stable than you really would think they are. And especially in the shortening part of the movement where you're actually shortening the lats, which is where they do have the most amount of leverage. That is gonna be a very important aspect of pull-ups that so many people don't realize. And when you're doing like a free weight lat pull down, like a free bar kind of lat pull down, it ends up getting a little shaky at the bottom sometimes. That's why I don't personally like those as much. So we're probably just gonna run just a regular set of wide grip pull-ups here and we should be good to go. So I'm going to find a way to, do you have like a plate or like a little something I could stand on? It's just slightly high. I don't know if you have like 2 plates.
All right, let's go.
Tight in, here we go. Good control, here we go.
Ooh, nice. There you go.
Four.
Come on.
5.
Come on. Nice, there you go, good, good work, good. All the way up, good.
All right.
Good.
And that's one of those things where right now, you know, it's not particularly feasible to put weights in my pocket or like weigh myself down or whatever. It's not particularly feasible. So for me, some of the ways I get around that are by just squeezing a little more, pausing in the squeeze. Not that those things are objectively better, but they are kind of like a convenient way to put you in like your ideal rep range. Whereas if I was just jerking around, it'd probably do 15 or 20 reps there. So little things like that, lowering the eccentric in certain ways can keep you in the rep range quite nicely.
Yep, because static contraction can still cause high levels of recruitment.
Yes.
All right.
You a strap guy for pull-ups or no?
Yeah. Okay. And I think I think my legs are pretty, I still have a lot of growth that I could get out of my legs because there were years that I didn't really train them bodybuilding style. Yeah, because I was all strength training.
Right.
So therefore, you know, I don't want to say I have noob gains left, but they're certainly not maxed out. So I can still put them at the end of my session and get
pretty good growth stimulation.
Yeah, I mean, dude. Now, I mean, if it was an area for me that was highly developed, then no, probably not.
What's been your most like stubborn muscle group? You said chest and it was your weakest now, but do you have like a stubborn one? Like wow, this never came up for some reason?
Man, that's a good question. It used to be my rear delts.
Yeah.
But I think I was just too fat to actually notice.
I see.
Because for me now, rear delts are like, I mean, yeah, they're easy.
They're good, yeah, they're very good on your feet.
I didn't, you know, notice that type of a thing until I actually, that amount of development that I just showed until I got leaner. And I always thought that they were a weak point, but they were weak because they was too fat to see.
Right.
But no, not really. Chest, maybe. I'd say chest.
Yeah.
Chest and maybe the long head of my tricep as far as like bodybuilding standards. I think at this point for me now, the long head of the tricep. Well, yeah, because it's the ability to get more.
That swoop, yeah.
Yeah, like if you look at TNF,
his long head's nuts.
It's great. It's phenomenal. Like I've got a great bicep, but as far as bodybuilding goes, more of this would help.
Head, yeah.
But you know what? I'm not a pro bodybuilder, so I don't freaking care.
Who cares?
I'm just a guy who makes cool videos.
That's the goal.
That's it.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Yeah.
The idea of competing just doesn't seem appealing. Well, there's something appealing about it.
Maybe.
It doesn't speak to me on like a personal level.
Not really.
You know?
Not really. It's not the number one area of concern in my life.
Can I ask you about that blueberry protein cobbler? Do you still do that?
Oh, dude, it's so good.
Because I saw that video. That was one of the first videos I ever saw from you. Like probably like 3 years ago, 2 years ago.
And that was legit. I made it up. It is so good.
It's so simple. And it's so simple.
Dude, you want to talk about freaking amazing.
It's so simple. What is it? Like 3 ingredients? It's like blueberries.
Blueberries, blueberry protein, cinnamon toast crunch, and if you want, some butter spray on the top, which I love the butter spray.
Yeah, the fake
Talk
butter,
smack about it,
they have a time and a place.
You don't like fake butter, screw you.
Yep, I'm not anti-fake butter.
Why, who would be?
Maybe,
Well,
you know,
people
Dr.
freak out.
Phil, maybe.
Yeah. You know what's funny? And I really like Dr. Phil. I love his stuff.
No, me too.
But did he give you a hard time?
Yes.
You said?
Yes. It was a hell of a hard time. Because he was they were part of the camp that like every single artificial thing you touch is bad for you and blah, blah, blah. So, you know, I was there trying to make the argument and I'm like, hey, look, here's a randomized control trial showing you that like diet sodas might even help with weight loss. He's like, oh, well, they're funded by Coca-Cola. And I'm like, okay, yeah, but it's still a randomized control trial. That doesn't really mean that much. It's peer reviewed, you know? So, yeah, it was one of those things. But it was cool. It was a cool experience to have. But
Yeah. I hear you. Okay. All right, so I think we're good.
all right, cool.
All right.
All right, let's see it.
Oh,
Good.
I need more weight. That's
More?
not nearly enough. No, I need more.
Wanna grab a plate
I've gotten
here?
stronger on that, for sure.
What do you got, 45, 35?
Yeah, I've got that.
10.
So I'm gonna put this here. Grab some more weight and throw it on the outside.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Actually works for that?
Yeah, it really does.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. All right. If you actually do it right. Okay. Just enough to keep it
just
from
enough,
actually
yeah.
falling off. All right. There we go.
We gotta do some posing before we go too.
Yeah,
Quick.
bro, yeah, absolutely. Okay. 25. This should do it. I'll probably end up getting a little bit more than I want. But that's all right. Let's see.
Cool.
Let's see. Got that angle. All right, this will do. Okay. All righty. Let's see. You seen my phone? Oh, it's up here. I got it. Gotta have
I'd
some.
lose stuff all the time if I was
Yeah, dude, I am
lose stuff
freaking-
all-
I am-
I'd leave stuff everywhere.
I'm miserable with it. Play music by Stained.
Good choice.
Gotta have a little bit of Stained.
They're coming with Breaking Benjamin too, actually.
Are they really?
With them. Yeah, Daughtry
Dude, that's
too. Daughtry.
Oh, Daughtry's
yeah,
good.
yeah.
All right.
Yep. Here we go.
It's been a while since I can stand on my own 2 feet again. It's been a
There we go.
Yep.
since I could call it.
Let's do it. Yep. Good, good. Up, up.
All right, so pop quiz question for you.
Since I've gone through things I'm
Going to failure causes much more fatigue, yes?
Yes.
Much more damage, right?
Yes.
But if you are at the end of your workout and you already have a bunch of pre-existing fatigue and you go to failure at the end of your workout, is that failure at the end of your workout as damaging as if you were to do it at the beginning?
I would say the total number of damage might be the same, but that damage will be less consequential because you're not training again until your next session.
Okay, but if that, well, we're on a spectrum of weight and reps.
Yeah.
If the preceding fatigue that you have built has caused more fatigue, or has caused a certain amount of fatigue that limits the number of repetitions you're able to get.
I see.
Therefore, failure is not.
It's further
quite-
away. Your actual failure point is further away.
Your true ability
Because
is
you're not
farther.
able to recruit as many motor units.
So
Yeah.
I would assume that the amount of fatigue that you actually accumulate and the amount of damage that you actually accumulate at the end of your workout, even though you're pushing to failure, maybe it is not as bad.
You're probably right, because
I would get, that's just my guess.
I agree, because if you put that training at the beginning of the lift, if you put that training at the beginning of the workout, you would probably be at 1 RIR or maybe 2 RIR,
Yeah, right, yes.
So when you're training to failure at the very end,
You're being held back by is it spinal fatigue?
axial fatigue a little bit. You're also being held back by like CNS fatigue. Yeah, you're not able to recruit as many motor units. So at the end, your total amount of reps you'd be able to get would not be as much.
Okay.
I agree with that. Yeah, that's interesting.
Well, that's sort of what I think, is at the end of my session, I'm more likely to just say, Hail Mary, go.
Yeah.
Go, failure.
Yeah, that's almost like an intuitive thing. I feel the same way, and I feel like it has a lot to do with you not being able to recruit as many motor units, and you just can't perform as well at the end.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'd say a failure set at the beginning is probably way more consequential.
Yeah, I would say so.
All right, so since we're doing a full body day, since I'm not personally doing full body and Davis is, he's gonna finish off with one set of single leg SLDL. I'm doing legs tomorrow with a client, so I'm saving that, but we did the rest of the same exercises and pretty much just those 2 sets.
I did one set of single leg extensions, and well, now I'm doing one set of single leg stiff leg deadlifts, and the single leg is so that we can get a little bit more motor unit recruitment, because we're a little bit more tired, we've got a lot more fatigue that we're dealing with. So by doing one limb at a time, you're able to actually direct more of your CNS power into that leg, so that you can sort of overcome a little bit of that fatigue that you're dealing with and get that recruitment.
Yep. So it also comes at the cost of more muscle damage to a degree.
It does.
So that's why it's like, hey, maybe not for every single exercise, but just for some.
Yeah.
It's always nice to do. So
especially towards the end.
At the end,
that's when I like.
nice, yeah.
Typically. So hit it.
Let's see it. Yeah, let's see it.
Let's do it, man.
I'm gonna be here in spirit. SLDL and in spirit. I'll be doing it tomorrow. So
I hear you.
Oh, that's it. Whew. Good.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, that full body, the whole thing here for this full body day was right around like 10, maybe like 12 sets total for everything, which is kind of like right around where I like to be. You know, when I talk to people, it's pretty much like, yeah, if you're doing 15 plus, you probably don't need to be doing 15 or more sets in a session. So that was really good, an effective way. And a lot of people that are busy too, some people like work jobs, they don't want to train 6 days a week. Davis, you've been doing what, 3 days a week now?
Just 3.
3 days a week, and what do you do, like Monday, Wednesday, Friday? Or
Monday, Wednesday, Friday, that's it.
You'd also do, I guess, Monday, Thursday, Sunday, and keep that loop going if you want even more rest in between. It's another approach, or if you just want to take the weekends off, whatever. But your programming is to be kind of similar for upper, lower, and full body, and not really be very different. The really main thing for me is with a full body day, I'm more apt to do like 1 set on mostly everything, really. Where on an upper, lower day, I'll be more likely to do 2 sets of certain things. I'll be more likely to, push things to failure at times, at certain instances, and just program a little differently. So it does depend on the situation, but full body and upper, lower, just from like a frequency standpoint, are really important, and I think really beat out PPL bro split kind of stuff nowadays.
Oh, yeah. I mean, not even a question. Now, not to say that those are not splits that you could get gains on. I used to do those all the time. However, the amount of growth that I've been able to personally see as an advanced athlete doing a full body or an upper lower, it vastly outweighs what I could get on a PPL style split. And if it's working for me as an advanced athlete, you got to understand that only the highest quality work will actually work for me.
Yeah.
So bad training ain't gonna work.
Right.
So that's why if I'm able to
work,
see the progress I'm seeing on this, it means that it's better.
Did you see the study? There was a study that showed that when people trained, there was a guy who did 3 sets 1 day a week, a bunch of people who did 3 sets 1 day a week, other people did 1 set 3 days a week.
Yes.
They grew a ton more. It wasn't even close. They got way stronger.
That's absolutely true. And that's why it's so good, is because cumulatively you will be getting maybe the same amount of work, or maybe even a little bit less than you would on a bro split, but it's the quality that you're actually getting.
And the frequency breeds the quality in a way,
Exactly. Well, that's why one of the best things that I personally like to do on a full body split, since I'm training something 3 days a week, for me, it's going to be shoulders. So on my traditional full body split, I'm starting with a shoulder press 3 days a week. It is an extremely high frequency of that movement. So the first thing on the menu when I go into the gym every day is shoulder press. And I get better at it. I get more skilled at it. Every exercise is a skill. And if you can do that skill over and over and over, it will work better for you. So you're doing shoulder press 3 days per week. you were going to get way better at shoulder press.
Shoulders to get way bigger.
Yep,
It was
exactly.
weird. I did an experiment as well. Actually, you come a little bit over here.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I did an experiment as well. It was back in 2022. I actually, before any of this stuff really came out, I said, I wonder what would happen if I did 2 sets of lateral raises every 48 hours. This was when I was first starting. And I just noticed anecdotally, I didn't have a lot of experience, but I noticed that they got really strong.
Yes.
And this was in 2022 before it was really being talked about that much. And I was like, wow, that's weird. I wonder why that is. But then people were like, oh, you got to do the bro split. You got to take everything way to failure partials. The failure partials meta dropped. So then I switched to failure partials and I dropped that, but it would have been almost better, I guess.
Oh, it would have been much better because look, when I was training strongman, getting strong at deadlift was the name of the game. And we would deadlift heavy 3 days per week. Now it was controlled. We wouldn't go to failure. We were doing 2 or 3 sets, sub failure. 3 days per week, and the strength gains that we saw, they were unbelievable, vastly surpassed any other style of training that we ever did because we had a better level of skill in that movement. And that's something that can absolutely translate to bodybuilding. The more skilled you are at the movement, the better you're going to be able to execute it. And the more motor unit recruitment you're going to get because of.
That's why beginners telling them to train to failure is really the best thing because they're not skilled at it. Well, so they're not really able to push in the way that you can.
As long as they're maintaining good form, failure will be until form is not good.
Right.
And as long as if a beginner has a high level of frequency, they will grow like a weed on a particular exercise. So if they're not good at bench press, do bench press 3 days a week. See how much better you get at it.
And then your failure point will get way further as you get better at it, as you get more skilled. You'll be pushing way more. Absolutely.
So it's just a little principle that you can take and try. You don't necessarily want to do it for every single exercise, but it's just something to chew on mentally.
Something that's a real priority for you. So cool.
There you go.
Posing. Let's do some posing.
All right, my man. All right, what do you want to do first, man? You're the expert in this.
So I'll do a little bit with the tarp on, and then we'll do front double bi first. Side chest, maybe.
We gotta change this song, man.
I don't really know how to do this side.
I'm not great either.
I can do this side a little bit.
Let's try other arm.
It just feels a little more coordinated.
Interesting. I have the opposite sensation. Tricep action. All right, let's go here. All right.
Okay.
There you go.
Dang, I actually got a little color now, man. I've been walking outside.
I see. And
All right,
it's
what do
I
you
can
want to
use
do? One
that.
of these guys?
Yeah, let's do one of those. Ab and thigh, maybe. Front lat spread, maybe.
Yeah, let's do that.
Double bi. Side chest again, maybe.
Yeah.
Or the delt, if the delt
Oh,
pose.
that's a good one, yeah.
So anything else you think of?
I don't really know him anymore.
Oh, the front. This is a cool one. Like
this?
Mm-hmm.
You know what's bad? After I turned 30, whenever I started flexing, crap just started popping. Click.
Click.
Like, oh, what the hell was
That's that. Oh, it's a bone. It's a joint.
the best I got.
Stuff. Let's do the cool. Let's do the cool like picture. Let's do a cool.
Yeah.
This would be cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Cool. Screenshot
man.
that.